Welcome, yoga friends. Thank you for joining me for an hour of gentle stretch and breathe yoga. You found Yoga with Lisa a17 on Facebook, and we're so happy that you did. Find your mat, get on that yoga mat, and find yourself in your cross-legged position or whatever seated position suits you. In this space, we accept ourselves as we are. We listen to the body with love and understanding. And therefore, if you feel like anything that I say is a little too much or a little too awkward or a little out of balance, if something doesn't feel quite right for you, remember I'm just one lady speaking to all of you, and I cannot know the issues in your tissues, so please be very careful, be very gentle, listen. And hey Audrey, namaste. So listen with love to the body and be gentle with yourself. So we're going to start today seated with a straight back. You can put your hands on your thighs or your knees just to rest them, and sit as tall as you can, lengthening through the spine, lifting the top of the head up. Relax your shoulders and let them fall away down, just following gravity. Good morning. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Craig. All right, take a moment to close the eyes and just observe your breath, observe your body, and get ready for your yoga. Bringing the hands to prayer pose, take a moment to set your intention. What brings you to your mat today? I'm so glad you did come to your mat and join us for yoga. Maybe you wanted to feel better, maybe you want to get stronger or more flexible, maybe you just want to quiet the mind and the soul and find your center. Whatever brings you to your mat, hold it in your heart. Find gratitude for the impulse, for self-care, for peace. Beautiful. Let's push the hands up overhead, breathing in. And pull it back down, exhale. 2 more times. You can close your eyes, breathe in, lift your prayer hands up overhead. Exhale, bring it back to your heart. One more time, reach it up, breathe in. Keep reaching up, look up at the ceiling and wiggle your fingers. Reach up, breathe in as big as you can. Feel the rib cage expand out, bringing air into the body. And as you exhale, bring your right hand down and just watch it as it slowly drifts down to the floor to rest next to your hip. Look at it down there and stretch the other side way up and a little bit over. Big breath in. Exhale, come back straight up and lift that lower hand up. Reach both hands up, look up at the ceiling, wiggle your fingers, breathe in big. And as you exhale, you can drop the other hand down. Let it rest on the floor next to your hip. Look at it down there. Stretch the other side up and maybe a little bit over. Stretch and breathe. And then straighten it up. Breathe in. Lift the other hand up. Stretch up. Bring the hands down to the floor. And stretch your legs out. Nice, long, stretched out legs, pulling the flesh away from your sitting bones if that helps you connect your weight down into the earth. Everybody's different there. We're just going to reach for the ankles and reach for the hips. Hands rest on top of the legs, reaching down and back up. Breathe out as you reach for your ankles or toes. Breathe in as you come back up. We always start slow and build. This is the slow part, so we're just going to stay in a forward fold. If you want, you can open your legs just a little bit and let those feet flop outward, softening the knees and the thighs, and just walk your fingers down towards your ankles, or maybe your fingertips reach the sole of the foot, the instep. Once you settle in, let your arms rest on your legs and round your back, drop your head for 5 long, slow, full breaths. Relax in caterpillar for 5 breaths and let everything go in your neck, back, shoulders, and hips. you're ready, walk your hands back up your legs and bring the body back upright. Let's take a moment to sit in half straddle. So that means that one heel is tucked in at the groin and the other leg is straddled out to the side just a little bit. And we'll just walk the hand on the long leg towards the ankle, bringing the body over, and the other leg can go out so the arms are 180 degrees opposite each other. And if you want, you can bring that upper hand over for a really intense stretch through the side body. Feel the stretch in your fingertips. Spread your fingers wide. Feel it in the palm of your hand. Stretch through the wrist and elbow and armpit, especially the armpit and the side body where the ribs are. Maybe try to create a little extra space between each of those rib bones on the side. All the way to the waist. Breathing in, we'll come back up. Bring both hands up and pull that prayer down to your heart. Just sit quiet for a moment. Beautiful. Let's reach the other way. Bring your the arm that's on the side where the leg is bent, put it on the floor outside of your knee and reach that other hand up and over. Stretch it over and touch your leg. Stretch it over and touch your ankle or leg. Stretch over and touch. And one more time. Stretch over and up we come. Let's stretch the legs out the other way. One heel in and one leg out. Take that hand on the long straight leg and reach it towards your ankle. Reach the other hand out. And I maybe go all the way over. This is optional depending on how your shoulders feel. If you want to reach over, you may feel that stretch all the way down the arm, through the armpit, through the ribs, and through the waist. Keep breathing wherever your arm is. Appreciate the movement that your body is offering you right here and breathe deep. Awesome. Come on up. Sit quiet for a moment. Close the eyes, center yourself. Feel the body. Sit tall. All right, let's try coming over the other way. Hand to the floor outside of your bent knee. Stretch over. Touch the leg. Go over and up. Over and up. My music has stopped. That's interesting. Looks like we're going without tunes today. All right, come back to both hands reaching up. Find your prayer, bring it down. And let's stretch those legs out in front again. All right, we're starting to feel that flexibility kick in. Let's flex your ankles, straighten your legs if you can, and really open up the windows in the back of the knees. Sitting super tall, we're going to reach straight up. So if you were to look at your body from the side, maybe it would look exactly like a capital letter L from those writing charts back in second grade, right? Straight up, reach from the hips to the fingertips, top of the head, everything reaching up, breathe. And let's go for the diagonal. Reach for the top of the wall across the room beyond your feet. Your back should be straight. You're reaching straight from your hips to your fingertips. Reach. It's a very vibrant stretch. Reach and breathe deep. Awesome. Come back up. Stretch it straight up. Reach up. Breathe in. Breathe in. And as you exhale, go for the diagonal again. Straight back. Look down at your legs so your neck is straight. You're reaching with your fingertips and the top of your head. Reach, 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 reach. Let's come back straight up again. Breathe in. Reach, reach, reach. Up, up, up. Reach, up. And come back to the diagonal. Let's just keep a slow progression down until we're reaching beyond our toes. Keep looking down at your legs. Don't put your neck into a weird position looking beyond where your hands are reaching. Reach with the top of your head and your fingertips. Reach. When you're ready to come out, you can put your hands on the floor or on your legs to push you up. Or if you feel really strong, elevate through the strength of your torso. Activate your hips and reach straight up again. All right, beautiful. It's time to scoot down on our backs and bend your knees so your heels are close to your hips. Just the camera just a second here. Very good. Okay, knees are bent and your heels are close to your hips. Arms can go wherever feels comfortable. I always love the surrender. Just opening up the hands away from the chest. And we're just going to drop both knees to the left. Try to get that right side of the hips to let go. Release. Relax. Drift away in your mind. Release. Beautiful. Bring both knees up and over to the other side and just relax. Let that left side of the hips release. Beautiful. Bring those knees up and bring them all the way to the chest. Hands come to the knees, squeeze it in and release. This is always a welcome little stretch. Take a minute to squeeze in and hold those legs in at your chest. Strong arms, strong hands. Hold them in strong. Keep breathing. If you watch, you can open the knees, see how far apart they feel like going. Don't force them. Be gentle. Wherever you feel like that's your edge of your range of motion, your stretch has reached its limit, stop right there. Breathe deep. Awesome. Bring it back up and let's stretch the arms and legs up to the sky. Circle your ankles, circle your wrists. Change direction now and then. Keep breathing. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, flex and point. Flex the ankles and the wrists. And then point the toes like a ballerina and bring your hands all the way over like the flamingo head. And back and forth a few more times, breathing deep. Awesome. Put them in a flex position and bring them down. Bring the knees close to the shoulders and the elbows all the way to the floor. Push it back up and point the toes, point the hands. Flex, bring it down, push it up and point. Flex, bring it down, push it up and point. We're going to do just like that 10 more times. Let's go 10 and point. Flex, bring it down, push it up. That's 9. Flex, bring it down, push it up. That's 8. And flex, bring it down, push it up. That's 7. And flex, down, up, 6. Flex, down, up, 5. Flex, down, up, and 4. Flex, down, up. That's 3. And flex, down, up. That's 2. Last one, down and up. Just let your arms and legs drift around. Crisscross if they want. Circle. Everything is free and loose. All right. Let's bring the arms and legs together. Fingers resting on the shins, toes touching. Open and breathe in. Open like a flower blooming. Don't go too far. It's not an extreme movement. It's more just letting the breath open the body and close as you exhale. Open and close. 2 more times. Breathe in and down. Beautiful. Last time. Open and close. Bend the knees. Roll over onto your side. All right, so now we're going to be in the side resting position, very comfy. Let your head rest on your shoulder or arm, or you can always grab a pillow if there's a pillow handy, and that works better for you. You can put your head on a pillow. Okay, make sure you feel nice and comfy and balanced. Actually, I don't like using the pillow. Take a moment to just feel heavy and balanced. Make sure your knees are bent and stacked. And then take your upper hand and bring it to the floor in front of your chest for a little support as we raise up the upper knee. We're going to bend the knee and circle it around. Let that circle be as big as you're comfortable with. If it doesn't feel good, don't make it big. Make it small. Let's connect our breath to the movement, breathing in at the top of our circle and out at the bottom of our circle. And you're welcome to change direction whenever you want. The most important thing here is to move with your breath and feel the hip opening up. more times. Around we go. Breathe. Let's bring it down. Let yourself rest for a minute. If you need to, you can rub that hip. Give some thanks to your flanks. All right, we're going to take that same leg and stretch it forward and kick it forward. Bring your arm back and reach back. And then reverse and kick back, reaching forward. Reach back, reach forward, kick forward, kick back. And this can be a big movement if you have that much movement and flexibility, or it can be a small movement if you're just getting started with your yoga, or if you just have limitations for whatever reason to your joints movements. Whatever is going on in your body, let's take a moment to understand it and not see it as the enemy. Then I'll talk to you as you rest on your side here. Go ahead and bring your leg down. And I'll just talk to you a little bit about my philosophy about working with the body. A lot of times when we get to our age, most of the people who are in this yoga class are a little on the older side, or else they're maybe out of shape a little bit, and they just want to ease back into being fit. And the point that I'm trying to make is that if you have aches and pains, especially like a chronic ache that's sort of always a companion, rather than think of that ache and pain as an enemy, think of it as a part of you that needs help. Like if you had a family and there was one child in the family that was always unhappy and screaming and unhappy with some kind of problem, you would want to help that child. You wouldn't want to see them as the enemy. So try and change the way you think about your aches and pains. Breathe air into those spots that are talking to you. Rub and give comfort. And just change your attitude about it, because seeing this part of you as an enemy is not beneficial to staying at peace within yourself and knowing yourself. All right, let's take that top leg up and bring the arm up and then down. Stretch it up. Exhaling, bring it down. Reaching the fingers and the foot up. Bring it down, exhale. 3 more times, reach it up and down. 2 more times, reach it up and down. 1 more time, reach it up. We're going to keep it up here. Bend the knee and grab onto your big toe with 2 fingers, your peace sign fingers. Grab that toe and then try to straighten the leg. Maybe you get the leg straight, maybe it stays bent. Either way is fine. We're just reaching up the heel and then bring it back down, bend the knee and back to rubbing the hip. Awesome. Time to roll over to the other side. Take a moment to settle in. Resting your head on your arm or a pillow. Bend knees stacked on top of each other and your upper hand resting on your hip. Bring the hand to the floor in front of the chest for a little support as you lift up your top leg. Bend the knee and circle it around. Breathe in and out. Big circle, unless you've got some limitations. Whatever circle size is good for you. Accept it with love and work with it. Breathe. Let's change direction. Breathing in and out. Let the breath lead the movement. All right, change direction again. Keep it going. Breathe. Starting to feel it. All right, change direction again. Around we go. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One more time. come for a rest. Rest that leg, give a little rub. Allow yourself just for a moment to be really heavy on the floor and feel a balance of the body. All right, take that leg, that same leg, reach it forward, kick forward, reach the hand back, reach back, and then switch. Reach forward, kick back, kick forward, reach back. Keep going, breathe. Three more. I think I did more than three, right? Okay, take a break. Take a break, take a rest. All right, stretch your arm out, stretch that leg out, spread the fingers wide, reach through the heel and the fingertips, reach it up, slowly down. Breathing in, lift. Exhale, sink. Keep it going up and down. Reach it up. Come on down. All the way up. Coming down. Two more. Breathing in and out. Last time, lift up. Hold it straight up like that. Bend the knee, grab the toes, reach the heel up, stretch up. And back to resting on your side, hand resting on your hip. Give a little rub to the flanks, to flanks. We're going to roll onto our tummies now. Take a moment to just roll over and then find your belly down savasana, the resting pose. We're going to lift alternate limbs, the right hand and the left leg lift. Try to lift your hand a little higher. And then we come down. Alternate leg and arm lift. Lift the hand a little higher. And down it comes. Take a rest. Switching sides again. The first side, right hand and left leg up. And down. Left arm, right leg up. And down. Beautiful. Let's take a moment for the Sphinx pose. Come up on the elbows and let your legs go just a little bit wide out there. The feet are a little bit apart and the toes can point slightly in. Elbows under shoulders and fingers spread wide. Gazing forward through the tops of your eyes, tuck your chin in just a little bit. And then push your elbows into the floor and elevate the chest up. Allow the lower back to release and relax. Don't resist. This is a chance for the lower back to actually have a bit of a hinge in it. You may feel a little awkward. Just breathe into the sensation. Push your elbows into the floor. And let's reverse this. Come down. Hands under your shoulders now. Push yourself back to pose of a child. Knees bent, hips on heels, forehead in front of the knees on the floor. And reach your hands forward. Relax in pose of a child for about 5 breaths. When you're ready, walk your hands towards your knees and come up into a seated position on your heels. If this is not good for you, you can put a pillow under your knees, a pillow under your hips, a pillow between the crease of your knees, or you can just not sit in this position if this does not work for you. All right, take a moment to just sit quiet. You can bow your head, close your eyes, find your center, find your gratitude. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to prayer pose and interlock the fingers. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And let's move it in a circle. Squeeze and release as you go around the circle. Breathe. Stimulating the arms, the heart, the lungs, and the eyes, and the mind. Change direction. Go the other way around your circle. Keep squeezing and breathing. Beautiful. Push forward, invert the hands, and drop the head, round the back. Push way forward. Bring those hands just like that, straight up overhead. Reach way up. Breathe in, expand your ribs as big as you can. Beautiful. Exhale. Bring the hands to the back of the head, elbows way back. Look up to the top of your eyes and blink, 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 and breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful. Right, straight up again. Reach up, breathe in. Big inhale. Exhale, round the back. Drop the head. Reach the hands way, way forward. And then bring the hands back to prayer. Beautiful. We're going to reach behind the hips now. And interlock your fingers behind your hips. Straighten the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Remember, if you cannot get your arms straight here, use a belt or a towel or a bandana or even your shirt. You grab onto the back of your shirt. Or just reach your hands back and keep the arms straight, even if you don't have any of those things. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the face, breathe deep. Awesome. Release the hands, bring them in front, walk your fingers behind your shoulders. And give yourself a beautiful hug. Maybe sway a little bit. Notice which arm is on top. Open wide, hands go way back, breathe in. And give yourself a hug, other arm on top this time. Walk your fingers a little farther back behind your shoulders. And maybe give a sway to your hug. Bring those elbows up by your forehead and open like a flower blooming. Open up, breathe in. Bring the hands down and just swing the arms around the body a little bit here. Let's stimulate our toes and feet. So this is a type of kneeling pose that can be a little bit spicy for the toes and feet. If you can do it more than a second or two, that's okay. Come on up on those toes if you can, sitting on your heels. And we're just going to try and get our mind off of our feet by crisscrossing the elbows in front. In eagle pose, wrap your forearms, bring your fingertips of your one hand into the palm of the other hand. And lift the elbows up by your eyes. Stretch those fingertips up, up, up. Notice which arm is on top. Open wide. Put the other elbow on top this time. Wrap the forearms, fingertips into the palm of the hand. Lift up. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Come onto all fours. Wiggle those toes. Shake those feet. Come up on all fours like table position. Make sure your hands, your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. We're just going to arch the back up and drop the head, drop the tailbone, cat position. And then sway it down, lift the face, lift the tailbone, push your palm of your hands into the floor strongly to elevate the body, don't stretch the neck. Lift the face, breathe in, and then exhale, round the back, drop the tailbone, drop the head. Back and forth, any speed is perfect, just back and forth between pat and count. Breathing in and breathing out. Lots of movement through the spine, shoulders, and hips, and the neck. breathe. All right, come back to flat back. Turn your toes under. Come up into downward dog. Straighten those knees. Get those heels and feet in the perfect position that makes you feel like this is a great stretch. Push your hips up and back. Drop your head between your arms down towards the yoga mat. Push your hands into the floor. Push the hips up and back. Drop the head. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Come on down. Come on down. Take a seat. Take a relaxation. So we're halfway through our hour, and it's about the time that we usually do our plank challenge. I want to emphasize that if you have not been doing the plank challenge with us through these many, many weeks, you may not quite be ready for some of the stuff we're going to do today, but we are going to give an attempt to the side plank. So we started with 20 seconds of just a straight plank, and we slowly increased it till we got to 60 seconds. Then we started to introduce our special postures, which is like heel up on each side, Spider-Man on each side, touch the hip, touch the shoulder. We've been doing that for about 3 weeks now. We're ready to introduce the next special kind of plank, which is side plank. So if you're not strong enough to do side plank, just continue with the regular plank. That's all there is to it. If you want to give it a try, go ahead and give it a try. If it does not work for you, don't feel bad. It took me a very long time to be strong enough to do side plank. So I'm really stoked to do it, but I know some of you are not quite there yet. And then some of you probably do it easy and not even care for what I'm talking about taking your time. So well, anyway, let's get ready for plank. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees again. And get my watch so I can watch the second hand. Come on up onto your push-up position, hands and feet. Of course, you can be on low plank if you're not ready for a real high plank. So whichever kind of plank you're doing, go ahead and find yourself there, strong on the floor. And just remember to keep breathing and pressing your hands into the floor. If you want, you can do the heel up or other heel up. You can try Spider-Man, where the knee comes close to the elbow, bring the knee close to the elbow. You can touch the shoulder, touch the shoulder, touch the hip, touch the hip. Or just hold your plank. Now for side plank, we're going to turn both feet onto their side and bring the body up. Woo-hoo! And reach the arm up. So we're really putting a lot of pressure on this shoulder right here and the torso. Beautiful. Come on down back to basic plank. And let's try side plank on the other side. Turning the feet to the side. Reach the arm up. And come on back down. Let's hold our straight plank for another 10 seconds. And that will mean that we actually stayed in plank, of some version of plank. If you were here with me the whole time, for 90 seconds, that's amazing. Come onto your knees. And take a moment to catch your breath. Let's go into a straddle, full-on straddle. Bringing one leg out, bring the other leg out. Take a moment to make sure you feel comfortable with the stretch of the legs. So if you don't feel like you can do a wide straddle, you can have your legs at any kind of straddle. It's perfect. Beautiful. Pulling the flesh away from your sitting bones may help you connect down into the earth so that the weight of the torso is solidly connected down onto the surface that you're sitting on. And we're just going to put the hands in front, and then we're going to bend and push. Bend and push. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you come up. Again, this is a range of motion stretch, and it may not be much of a range for some of you. Others may have a lot of flexibility and find that they can come bringing their face close to the floor and pushing all the way back up to seated. So it's a range of motion and everybody's different. Whatever your range is, work with it. Breathe and move through that range smoothly, acknowledging where the edge of it is. We're going to try and stay right at that edge, wherever it may be, for about 10 seconds. Just keep breathing. And then push halfway back up. So we're in the middle of your range. Walk your hands over to your right leg, one hand on either side of the knee. Bow your head over that knee. And then reach your hands towards your toes or your ankle or your shin. Hands to the floor on either side of your knee. Push yourself halfway up. Walk back to the middle. And bend the elbows. And push up. Exhale. Inhale. All the way through your full range of motion, wherever and whatever that may be. Let's find that edge again, that as far as you can go without causing any damage. Stay right there. Breathe for 10 seconds. All right, push halfway up and go the other way towards the other leg. One hand on either side of the knee. Bow your head over that knee. Then reach your hands towards your foot or your shin or your ankle. Hands to the floor. Push yourself halfway up and walk back to the middle. And again, down and up. Exhale down, inhale up. Let's find that edge. We're going to stay there for 20 seconds now. If you want, if you need, you can use a pillow, or you can come down on your elbows. Ask the middle of the body to relax. Ask the hips and the thighs to relax. Hands to the floor. Push yourself all the way up and lift your arms right over your legs, parallel to your legs. You lift your arms. And we're just going to reach beyond the toes one way and then the other. Reach and reach. Reach and reach. Beautiful. Reach. Come back to the center, lift the hands up, breathe in. Find that prayer pose, pull the prayer hands down to your heart, bow your head, sit here for a moment. And we have one last straddle exercise to do. Bring those arms out again, and let's cartwheel or windmill the arms around and stretch over, come up, arms go all the way around, stretch over. This is the ear coming close to the knee. Before we did the forehead to the knee and turn the body. Here we're staying facing forward and the ear comes close to the knee. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, go over. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, go over. And up and over. And breathe in and out. 2 more just like that. Nice and smooth and graceful. Elevate. Beautiful. Let's bring those legs in. Let's bring the feet sole to sole, butterfly pose. Take a moment to look at your feet. Place your hands right on your toes. Heel to heel, toes to toes, sole to sole. Knees can come down. You can always put a pillow underneath the knee. Should you need that support, a pillow or 2 underneath the knee is always welcome. Try to sit very tall, way up on your hip bones, and pull against your toes, lifting the heart and the sternum forward, the shoulders back, and the head up. It's a little bit reminiscent of the dynamics in the body when we're in the yoga squat. Beautiful. Look down at your feet and let's open your feet like a book. Close and open. Close and open. Close and open. Close and close the knees. Take a minute to wrap your arms around your legs. And tuck your head into that little cave between your knees and your chest. And just drift in your thoughts for 10 seconds. Awesome. Let's get up on our feet. Standing tall in mountain pose. Make sure your heels are right under your hips. Toes pointing forward. Feet strong on the floor. Pushing down with the heel and the balls of the feet. The heels and the balls of the feet. Lifting the arch, lifting the sole up. And bring that that energy of the lifting sole, the lifting arch up through the knees. Lifting the knees, tightening the thighs, bringing the belly in, tucking the tailbone under. Lift the heart and the sternum forward, shoulders back, arms hang. Top of the head lifts up. So the lifting energy from the sole of the foot goes all the way to the top of the head, the core of the body, lift it up. Beautiful. Bend the knees and swing the arms out and up. Reach it, breathe in. Find your prayer, pull it to your heart. Bow your head. Lift it up. Arms out and down. So this is the beginning move of sun salutation. If we go through sun salutation, I'm going to have to make sure you can see quite a bit of my room here. So give me a minute to make sure I'm in a good place. You're going to want to stand at the front of your yoga mat in the mountain pose. All right. Sweep the arms out and up, breathe in. And then make a temple pose. That's when your first finger, your index fingers are up, but everything else is clasped and it's over your head. Temple pose. And squeeze your buttocks, arch the face up. Just a gentle little arch. And then back to tall. Swan dive down, the arms come out. Hinge at the hips with straight back and come into forward fold, ragdoll pose. Let the head hang. Awesome. Let's go halfway up, look forward, let your arms hang straight down from your shoulders and then come right back down. Once you come back down, hands are strong on the floor, bend one knee, bend both knees if you need to, and kick one leg back. Find your crescent lunge arch, looking up. And then we go through the plank pose, and come down on knees, and upward dog. Squeeze your buttocks, lift your heart. And then we're going to turn the toes under, come back up and find your downward dog. Fold that pose. Push your hands into the floor. Push your head through your arms. Lift the tailbone up and back. Push. And then slowly coming back towards the plank. We'll bring that same leg forward that was forward before. I always have to give it a little hand with an arm on the knee to bring it forward. Crescent it up. And then bring your back leg to match your front leg and you're in forward fold. Just take a minute to relax here. Halfway up, arms hang, look forward, come back down. Swan dive reversed, all the way up, reach up, breathe in, find your temple, hands, arch back, squeeze the buttocks, and bring the prayer down to your heart. That's one side, bring it back up, temple pose, arch back, swan dive down. Ragdoll hang, halfway up, look forward, and then back down. Hands on the floor, kick one leg back, crescent lunge up, plank pose, knees down, come down, upward dog. Looking up, turn your toes under and back to downward dog. Find your beautiful downward dog. Express yourself through it. Back to plank and then bring that leg forward. Crescent lunge up. Bring the back leg up and ragdoll forward fold. Halfway up, look forward, arms hang. Come on back down. Reverse swan dive up, stand tall, reach up, temple hands, arch back. Back down to prayer. Beautiful. That was your sun salutation. We are in the new moon phase, getting close to, actually, Yeah, we're getting close to full moon phase. I'm sorry, I'm thinking incorrectly. So that means it's a good time to do the moon salutation as well as the sun salutation. So we're going to stand in mountain pose, but this time your feet are quite close together, touching the toes, touching at the heels, touching at the ankle bones. But again, lifting through the body, arms hang, sternum up, heart lifts, top of the head lifts, bring the hands out and up. And again, find that temple pose. Squeeze everything tight and tall like a needle. This is needle pose. Awesome. Now we're going to soften from this pose to a crescent moon. So bring your hands to prayer. Everything goes soft. Bend the knees, bend at the waist, bend at the elbows, and tilt the head over, tilt the shoulders over. Crescent moon. Come back to needle pose. Nice and tall. Tight, tight, tight. In, and breathe. And let's crescent moon the other direction. Soft, everything bent. And back up. Tight, tight, tight. Tall, tall, tall. Breathe in. Now we're going to go for that was for the crescent moons, and then the transitional, we go for the full moon. Bring the legs out. This is the 5-pointed star pose. We're going to come down into a semi-squat. Bend the knees and let the knees go out. I don't want to see those knees coming in. Of course, I can't really see you, so you got to monitor yourself. Don't move your knees forward. Knees go out over the toes. And if you can't do it, don't bend down very far. That's okay. And the elbows bend, the wrists bend. Look up to the top of your eyes. Stick your tongue out. Woman warrior. And then back to 5-pointed star. Back to woman warrior. And straight back to needle pose. Tight, tight, tight. Up, up, up. Crescent moon one way. Tied up. Needle pose. Soften down to crescent moon the other way. Back to needle pose. Up, up, up. Let's take a step out the other way for 5-pointed star. And then woman warrior. 5-pointed star. And needle. Crescent moon. Needle. And crescent moon. And needle. Beautiful. Bring your hands to prayer. Now let's come back to seated. I usually say this is the gentlest yoga on the internet, and I do think it probably is at least close to that. However, today was a little bit more strenuous than most of our classes. I see, oh, we have Kathy with us. Thank you, Kathy, for joining us. Wonderful to have you with us. All right, so we're going to finish off yoga today with a breathing exercise, and I thought we would give alternate nostril breathing another try. So take your dominant hand, for me it's my right hand, and we're going to bring the 2 fingers for peace sign, bring them down, and bring these 2 fingers together in your thumb. Yeah, so it looks kind of like the letter Y. So the thumb is going to come and rest on the right nostril, and as you do that, you can rest these fingers somewhere on your cheek if you want. Breathing in through the left nostril and out through the left nostril. Let's breathe in through the left nostril, and then we'll switch and exhale through the right nostril. Breathe in through the right. Try to do a 4-count breath. Okay, so 4 counts in, 4 counts out. And we always switch at the top of an inhalation. So the bottom of the exhalation, stay on that same nostril side. Okay, so take a breath in. Let's get ready to prepare. And the fingers are in place. The thumb is there. Breathing in through the left. Switch sides, exhale through the right. Breathing in through the right. Switch sides, exhale through the left. Breathing in through the left. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Let's do 2 more rounds. Go at your own pace. Close the eyes, rest the hand in your lap, and just close inward towards your true self. Float in your inner universe. Notice any sensations in the body, in the lungs, in the nose, in the throat. Keeping the eyes closed, let's bring our hands to the chin mudra, touching the finger and thumb together. Rest your hands palm up on your knees, closing the eyes. Let's drop the head, allowing the back of the neck to stretch. Begin to move your chin along your collarbone left and right, just so slowly, so carefully, so gently. Breathing in one direction and out the other direction. Back to the center and just let your head hang. You can round your back a little bit if you want, slumping your shoulders, sitting soft, sitting heavy. And then slowly bring the body back to a beautiful posture, sitting tall with your shoulders over your hips. Hands come to prayer pose. Take a moment to consider all of your blessings. I know the world is full of a lot of anxiety and worry. It's everywhere these days. And just because you're able to find peace within yourself doesn't mean you don't care about those kinds of problems, those worries, those anxieties, concerns for people. Concerns for the planet. Doesn't mean you don't care. We have to take care of ourselves first. We have to find peace in our world and then share that peace outward to the rest of the world. Try and find that peace, try and find that gratitude, try and find that love, the power of God within us. And let's just take those prayer hands and open them like you're holding an offering from your heart. Hold it forward, reach it forward, and reach it straight up. Let it go. Open the arms out. Come back. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. If you have time, maybe do another round of sun salutations, because we only did one, and normally you want to do 2 or 3 full rounds before you really get into it. If it's too much for you, that's fine. Give yourself a chance to build up the flexibility, the strength, the coordination. It will come in time. The most important thing about doing yoga is that you get in touch with yourself and you find peace and connections within yourself that give you strength to be the best person that you can be each and every day, each and every minute. Remember to love yourself and love your fellow person, your fellow man and woman, child, and animals and plants, and love everything, because love is where our power lies and our understanding and our happiness. I give you my most sincere namaste from my heart to yours. Take care, everybody. See you on Thursday.